Right now at 5, President Trump's major announcement about autism, the popular over-the-counter medicine he reportedly blames.
Plus, it'll affect thousands. What could be changing for Onalaska schools?
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. We begin tonight with the weather. It's been a wet start to the week. Here's what it looks like at 15th and Cass. You can see there's some street flooding there over by Wygant Park.
So let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart.
Still got severe thunderstorm warning going on for parts of Crawford County, but most of this activity now is just south of I-90. You can see Eau Claire camera looking fantastic. La Crosse, we're just kind of on the edge of activity. Here's the thunderstorm warning that since has expired. It's now just kind of just below severe weather limits, but you can see it's heading towards Boscoville, stretching to 179 and to the west. That's the strongest storm we got right now. It did have a little bit of a hail core with it. It has kind of since decreased, but still up to 1 inch potentially hail and even gusty winds, although once again, it's not as much. I had a little weak rotation that since has weakened. So the other thing to keep in mind about is rain rates with this storm too. We've seen 2 to 5 inches per hour rain rates, and it's beginning to kind of slow down and become more east to west. So that threat will exist there too. Now further north, all the activity really is just spotty as you go further north. So if you're north of La Crosse, especially north of Eau Claire, it's going to be a quiet evening. South of La Crosse, it's quite a bit different story. So later on, we'll kind of time out all the rest of the activity. We got a lot of fog coming up, but the good news is we got a dry and mild stretch to come. And yes, that does come through all the way through Oktoberfest weekend.
There we go. Thanks, Greg. And as a reminder, you can always track weather with our First Warn weather app. It's available at the App Store or on Google Play.
Breaking news out of Hollywood, Jimmy Kimmel's show is returning tomorrow night. ABC pulled the show after the FCC threatened to pull ABC affiliate licenses after Kimmel's comments about Charlie Kirk's death. Pulling Kimmel's show launched protests in LA and New York. There will be more on this story on the CBS Evening News at 5:30.
President Trump making news today tied to autism and a popular over-the-counter drug.
News 8 Now's Grace Monk is here with reaction. Grace.
President Trump says there's a link between autism and acetaminophen, the active drug in the pain reliever Tylenol. The announcement comes after Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy promised earlier this year to find the cause of autism by September. The FDA previously considered Tylenol as a safe drug for pain relief and fever reduction in pregnant women. They will now recommend that pregnant women not take Tylenol unless medically necessary. The Autism Society of Greater Wisconsin says there's no research supporting the administration's claim.
Studies have been done in the past, and they have tried to make that correlation, but at this point, there has not been a single study that has been definitively proving that Tylenol in any way causes autism.
The administration plans to promote a drug derived from folate called leucovorin as a potential autism treatment. The administration says they will continue to look into the causes of autism. Reporting in studio, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Grace. Developing news in the Wisconsin governor's race. It's tied to Republican candidate Bill Berrien. According to the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, his social media account on Medium.com followed several sexually explicit writers, including a transgender porn star. After journalists questioned him, Berrien removed many of the accounts he was following. He's campaigning as a leader who stands up for family values.
Well, a traffic alert for Winona drivers. Westbound bridges on I-90 over County Road 7 and Highway 76 are down to one lane. It's for repairs to both bridges. The Department of Transportation says the work is expected to be complete by October 1st.
Well, in less than an hour, the Onalaska School Board will meet to consider starting school earlier. News 8 Now's Jadius McGee is at the district office with a preview.
Tonight, the Onalaska School Board is considering starting classes earlier than state law normally allows. State law requires public schools to begin after September 1st unless the district gets a waiver. Onalaska leaders say earlier start dates at nearby private schools have added transportation costs, and they want more flexibility to manage their own calendar. If approved, the request will go to the Department of Public Instruction, which has the final say. The proposal could allow Onalaska students to start the 2026-27 school year as early as August 24th. The meeting is set to start tonight at 6. Reporting in Onalaska, Jadius McGee, News 8 Now.
This year's Oktoberfest medallion still hasn't been found.
Clue number 8 reads, for years, the spur brought building materials along with loads and loads of coal. Mid-century, the area had a new aspiring goal. Building expansion over the decades, followed with the population horizon, became the long-lasting edifice on the eastern horizon.
Now, 10 clues will be shared until the medallion is found. Prizes include $500 cash and a souvenir medallion.
One day later, and the Packers lost to the Browns still doesn't feel real. The Packers were in control for the majority of the game, but a late Jordan Love interception followed by a blocked field goal opened the door for a game-winning field goal in favor of Cleveland. The defense played great. The offensive line did not. 14 penalties for the green and gold, a number that needs to come way down if the Packers want more success.
We had a bunch of holding. That comes down to fundamentals and techniques. So we got to coach it better, and we got to be harder on our guys if we see it in practice, because that's where it all starts. So we just ultimately we got to do a better job across the board.
That makes 24 penalties over the last 2 games compared to just 4 in week 1. LaFleur says they have to coach the team better, but it's also on the players to execute on a higher level during the games. The Packers will now get ready for another road game as they are set to travel to Texas next weekend for a Sunday night game against the Dallas Cowboys.
Still to come tonight, the UN pushing to recognize a Palestinian state. Will the move shake up the U.S. policy?
Plus, the upsetting news Joe Biden delivered to Kamala Harris before her Trump debate.
Febreze. When you host, your bathroom can feel like a revolving door. Keep things fresh with Febreze Bathroom. It's an outlet-free air freshener that fights odors for 45 days. So even after every flush, you know your bathroom smells amazing. La 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 la.
At Larson Keeney Home Services, we protect your biggest investment. That starts with a roof built to last, the ultimate roofing solution. Our gutter shutter system means no clogs, no cleaning, and no more ladders. And with the ultimate attic solution, you'll save money on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable. One team, one call. So if you're thinking about gutters, roofing, or insulation, think Larson Keeney Home Services, Wisconsin's best contractor experience.
News 8 Now wants to help you create memories with your family by watching movies on the big screen. Friday Flicks with Vicki Nichols of Sparta Cinema will tell you all about upcoming must-see blockbusters, plus exclusive deals at the theater. Watch this Friday at 5 a.m. on News 8 This Morning, presented by Sparta Cinema.
I chose Schwebel, Getz, and Sieben because there was a level of experience that I knew that I could rely on.
In every case, we bring an experienced legal team to work on behalf of our clients.
I would absolutely recommend Schwebel, Getz, and Sieben for their phenomenal service, for their compassion, and for their level of expertise.
Call or visit Schwebel.com.
Your home, a place of comfort and safety, could be trying to tell you something. Interior cracks, sloping floors, hard to open doors and windows are all signals of foundation failure that you can't ignore. At American Waterworks, we use modern techniques and warranted solutions to restore your peace of mind in your home. After all, your home's foundation issues won't get better with time, but it will with our proven solutions. Choose confidence, choose reliability, choose American Waterworks.
Right now at Blaine's Farm and Fleet, get our lowest prices of the year. For a limited time only, we're offering the best possible pricing on your favorite brands throughout the store. Like our lowest price on 24 packs of Blaine's brand drinking water, 4 for $10. Rewards members get 5 for $10. Assorted WeatherGuard truck toolboxes, 25% off. And this Milwaukee job site backpack, only $84.99. Rewards members save an extra $2. Don't miss our lowest prices of the year, only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
President Donald Trump is headed to New York for the United Nations General Assembly.
It comes as more countries move to recognize Palestinian statehood. CBS's Jared Hill has the latest.
At the 80th UN General Assembly, France and Saudi Arabia are driving the charge to convene a conference on a two-state solution as Israel's war in Gaza rages on. The push to recognize a Palestinian state has become a central theme of this year's meetings. French President Emmanuel Macron says the plan would recognize a reformed Palestinian Authority, which currently controls the West Bank. Several Western countries have formally signed on, including the UK, Canada, Australia, and Portugal.
We are acting to keep alive the possibility of peace.
British Prime Minister Keir Starmer at the same time denounced Hamas and called for the terror group to release the hostages taken in its October 7th attack on Israel.
Hamas is a brutal terror organization. Our call for a genuine two-state solution is the exact opposite of their hateful vision.
This attempt to recognize a Palestinian state puts close U.S. allies at odds with the formal policy of the United States as well as Israel, with Israel's prime minister arguing it rewards Hamas for terrorism.
The people of Israel pray for peace. We want to have peace, but we want to know that we have a partner for that.
Peace talks have come within reach in the past, only to end in violence and disappointment. Hamas is formally committed to Israel's destruction, and Israel has vowed to continue its war in Gaza until Hamas is driven from power.
There is no ceasefire deal on the horizon. There is no real pathway to the release of the Israeli hostages. So is this the right moment, I think, is a valid question to be asking on the point of recognition.
The U.S.'s longtime position is that it supports the goal of a Palestinian state, but not until the two sides negotiate the terms. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
A new survey shows some trouble for President Trump. The latest Washington Post Ipsos poll hit on a few key topics. His approval rating is at 43%, with 56% disapproving. 34% back his tariffs, 64% don't. And when it comes to Trump handling the Russia-Ukraine war, 38% approve, with 60% disapproving.
New revelations from Kamala Harris's book, 107 Days. In a new excerpt, Harris reveals what Joe Biden told her before her debate with President Trump. Biden reportedly made the conversation about himself. He highlighted his own Trump debate and told her she lacked key support in Philadelphia. Harris's book, 107 Days, goes on sale tomorrow. A new government report shows that car repairs are getting costlier. There was a jump between July and August. The report found repairs rose 5% and overall are up 15% from a year ago. Analysts say tariffs are mostly to blame.
NASA has officially selected its next batch of astronaut candidates for this year's class. They were introduced today in a ceremony at the Johnson Space Center in Houston. They're selected out of a pool of 8,000 applicants to train for 2 years for future space missions to the moon and eventually Mars.
You're joining NASA at an exciting time. We're in a new era of space exploration, going to the moon and on to Mars. We can't wait to see where your journey takes you.
As part of their training, NASA says the astronaut candidates will conduct simulated spacewalks and fly high-performance jets.
We'll have more news ahead.
But first.
Yeah, once the storms end this evening, we got daily fog to deal with, but we got a dry extended period coming up too that involves temperatures pretty close where they should be. We'll explain all that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
In the Northland, we're chasing fall by tackling the back roads and any type of terrain while going off the beaten path, even if there's a bump along the way. The only right way to get out there this season is in a Ford SUV that can handle it all. Now get $3,500 open bonus cash on a new 2025 Ford Escape. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Dear veteran, if you or someone you know struggles with PTSD, family relationships, financial or other hardships, let us help get you back on track. Here at Project New Hope, we offer a no-cost weekend wilderness retreat with only one mission: you. Licensed counselors are available around the clock, meals are provided, and there is no obligation to you. For more information, please visit projectnewhope.net and let us help bring you home.
Get yourself to the annual Warren's Cranberry Festival the last full weekend in September. Stroll over 3 miles of the most unique art and craft, flea and farm vendors in the country. If you can't find it here, you won't find it anywhere. See a working cranberry marsh with free walking tours. Eat your way through over 80 food booths, including ethnic specialties and Warren's own cranberry cream puff. And stay through Sunday and enjoy our grand parade. It's all happening the last full weekend of September. Just take the Warren's exit off I-94.
Get an 11% rebate at Menards. Prepare for the unexpected with Generac home standby generators. Their advanced technology starts within seconds of sensing a power loss. Save over $1,300 on this home standby generator after sale price and 11% rebate. Honeywell home thermostats keep your home's temperature comfortable through every season while saving on your heating and cooling bill. Get this smart thermostat for $79.98 plus 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
The world's biggest beer bash kicked off over the weekend in Germany, with plenty of Americans making the trip.
Oktoberfest in Munich is expected to bring 100,000 U.S. visitors this year. The tradition marks all the way back to 1810. Many dressing up in traditional garb, and nearly everyone had a stein in their hand.
Oktoberfest means good friends, fun times, and lots of beer.
And of course, Oktoberfest USA in La Crosse is also this weekend. Festivities kick off on Thursday.
And Culver's is turning up the flavor. Starting October 15th, the chain will offer jalapeno cheese curds. It's to celebrate the 10th anniversary of National Cheese Curd Day.
Well, despite the rainy start to the week, it looks like it's going to be fairly nice moving into Oktoberfest weekend. We do have a bit of fog in the horizon. Let's send it over to Greg for the breakdown.
Yeah, the good news is we did get rain. We needed rain, and for this past 3 days, most everyone saw some. Now, some areas you can see stretching along I-90 to Rochester and Minneapolis picked up over 3, maybe even 4 inches. I think Rochester set one of those days, set a daily record. So a little bit less as you go further north, especially north of Eau Claire. It really tapers off. But we needed this rain. The good news is it's not going to affect anything going forward after Tuesday. Right now, we still got the shower and thunderstorms, not severe, but really it's lined up for Crawford County towards Lansing and just on the other side of Iowa. This is the area of focus for this evening, and we'll have to keep an eye on some heavier rain amounts because this kind of really slowed down and really kind of just stalled out a little bit, that one leading storm. There's potential still for some strong to severe storms in this area, with the main threat potentially being hail, so we'll have to keep an eye on this for at least a few more hours before it all pushes further south of the Wisconsin River. So you can see by the time we get to about 7 and 8, all that activity should be further south. Isolated activity elsewhere probably through about 9 to 10 p.m. And then bigger story going overnight is due to all that moisture at the ground, saturated soils, and we got some moisture still in the atmosphere, especially towards the lower end of it. We could potentially see a lot of fog or low clouds developing as we go. And you can see this cloud area beginning to expand as we get towards the morning and right during the morning commute. We're going to see a lot of either low cloud cover, meaning about 100, 200 feet off the ground, or you're going to see potential visibilities dropping below a half mile with some fog. So that'll be the morning commute problem. And it's going to be stubborn to get out of here. I don't see a lot of breaks with this. This is even picking up a little bit of the sprinkle or drizzle activity you might get with some of this low cloud cover. Not until we get to the late afternoon hours for some areas. You can see all the way to 3 to 4, it still has some of this. And even by the time we get to the morning commute, there's still isolated areas with some cloud cover existing. So most of the day we'll see that. As we go to the evening, it looks quiet. Unfortunately, we're going to repeat this probably for Wednesday morning with some areas of fog or low clouds. As you see that probably build up in the afternoon, we'll have more sunshine Wednesday, so it'll break up a little bit earlier. And unfortunately, Thursday looks about the same almost, but more patchy areas too. So we got daily occurrences of this low cloud fog with more afternoon sunshine. Really typical. We see this a lot during the fall time frame. So that's the bad news. The good news is it's going to be dry too. So temperatures overall tonight are going to get back into the 50s to low 60s. So overall, still mild for this time of year. We should be in the upper 40s to low 50s. Now tomorrow, high temperatures a little bit below average, but not bad. A little bit higher for some areas than today, just we had a lot of cloud cover precipitation. So upper 60s, low 70s. The good news for Wednesday, we kind of climb a few more degrees because we have more sunshine in the afternoon. So we're more maybe in the low to mid 70s, so close to average for this time of year. And if you want any better conditions, we got Thursday, mid to upper 70s potentially. And Friday, as we go through Oktoberfest, we're looking fairly good. This is Friday's temperatures, upper 70s, low 80s. Saturday, pretty similar too, maybe a degree or two cooler with a cold front kind of coming down, but we have no precipitation. In fact, you look at the extended, we might go all the way to next Wednesday before we get a chance of precipitation. So really the only main threat besides the storms this evening is the fog in the morning, and then really mild conditions throughout, pretty seasonable and a little bit above average. In fact, we might see a couple 80-degree days there on Friday and maybe towards next week too. So unfortunately, Applefest got the bad end of the stick there on the weather.
On the parade a little bit, but not on our spirit.
But Oktoberfest is going to be the opposite, it looks like.
Yeah, fantastic looking at
Yeah, it looks great.
All right, thanks, Greg.
Well, coming up next, Americans are headed to the polls to pick the sexiest cat dad. How you can vote up next.
Tomorrow on News 8 Now this morning, Oktoberfest starts this week, and we're chatting with the festival director about things you can't miss this year and what's new when we see you tomorrow at 6 a.m.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
How do you find the best personal injury lawyer? You ask other lawyers. Every partner at Bygoff and Rohde has been ranked in the top 5% by their peers. Hire the MVPs of personal injury. Call BGR.
Rinse it out. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the things that just will never come out.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
Plantar fasciitis feels like pointed, sharp pain. It just hurts all the time. It feels like your foot is squeezing on itself. When I drove past the Good Feet store, I thought, I'm gonna stop in. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support for my feet that were personally fitted just for me. Then it was like, okay, this is something special. These make a difference.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
They often say variety is the spice of life. Well, if that's what you're looking for, the Board Store is your destination, because we have variety. We have windows and doors. We have siding. We have sunrooms. We have kitchens. We have bathrooms. We have flooring. We have tile. Whatever your home improvement needs are, interior or exterior, there's no better destination than the Board Store showrooms at 524 Copeland Avenue in La Crosse.
Pronamel, clinical enamel strength, can help us to keep our enamel for a lifetime. It's backed by science. It is clinically proven to strengthen our teeth. I would recommend this toothpaste to everybody. It's really an amazing product.
Some decisions you can make quickly. I'm all in. But when you're hiring a personal injury lawyer, trust me, you're gonna win big. Do your research and object to anything less than the best. Call BGR.
Meeting you locally where you are online. Stay updated while you scroll. Follow us on Instagram at WKBT News 8. You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, People's Sexiest Man Alive edition has a new category.
That's right, Sexiest Cat Dad. People is teaming up with the Temptations brand for the contest. My kitties love that brand. People will be able to pick the most irresistible cat dad in a poll. And voting is already underway. The winner will be announced in People's Sexiest Man Alive issue on October 31st.
Never thought this would be something the nation's doing, but here we are.
I love that they're giving the dads of cats some love. I mean, there's plenty of them out there that are cat owners. But I see this taking off as a trend. Sexiest cat or dog dad, goldfish dad,
We'll just
ferret
have
dad.
endless contests for segmented things. Quick Google search, Miles Turner, the newest Milwaukee Buck, is apparently one of the nominees.
Ooh.
And Mark Ruffalo of Kenosha, Wisconsin, famous actor. He's two of the nominees. I forget the others.
Yeah.
But a couple with Wisconsin ties.
Pretty
apparently.
notable names right there. Look at that. Cat owners right there. Go you. All right, Greg, gives a final look at your forecast right after this.
It's Plinko month at Wesco Home. Come play and unlock your discount. Up to 30% off all furniture and mattresses. Play to save on the comfort you've been dreaming of. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. And tell them Peyton sent you.
Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin is so...
Look closely at this truck. You'll see hard work, a great adventure, and so much more. Inside and out, it's designed for the family, the road trip, and the most demanding job. The Ford F-150. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Now lease a new 2025 Ford F-150 for $449 a month, only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
The Medicare annual enrollment period runs from October 15th to December 7th. With so many choices, it can be overwhelming. At Strive Medicare, we cut through the confusion, helping you find the plan that's right for you. We're your local Medigap insurance advisors right here in the Social Security building in downtown La Crosse, and ready to answer the questions face-to-face or over the phone. Don't go it alone this annual enrollment season. Call or visit Strive Medicare today.
At Larson Keeney Home Services, we protect your biggest investment. That starts with a roof built to last, the ultimate roofing solution. Our gutter shutter system means no clogs, no cleaning, and no more ladders. And with the ultimate attic solution, you'll save money on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable. One team, one call. So if you're thinking about gutters, roofing, or insulation, think Larson Keeney Home Services, Wisconsin's best contractor experience.
It's Plinko month at Wesco Home. Come play and unlock your discount. Up to 30% off all furniture and mattresses. Play to save on the comfort you've been dreaming of. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. And tell them Peyton sent you.
We're out of time tonight at 5. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you at 6.